Welcome to Technique Friday with Els. Today I'm going to show you a project featuring the pair of leaves too. I also show you how to use the dies as a stencil with our Silk Microfine Glitter. I love, look how elegant these leaves are. So it's called a pair of leaves, but you see I used this one twice. So first of all I have the card here. So this is a 5x7 card, but you can find all the measurements on the project sheet as well. So every Technique Friday will have a project sheet. And the distress ink I'm using is the Rusty Hinge. I think I go to that one a lot. So this is the colored soft finish. And I think it's called the dark golden road. So just edge it a bit. I intend to do that a lot. It's just, you know, finishes off your card really nicely. And it's fast and easy. So these are the dies I'm using. So that's the pair of leaves. And then I also use the second largest of the stitched rectangles and the largest one of the fitted rectangles. And of course those are basics that I use a lot. So that's the card. And I'm going to work on the bottom part first, so that is the glitter part. And here I have a piece of white cardstock with a clear double-sided adhesive on top. And then here I have my stencils, and I always tell people you don't throw out anything from the tape. You save all your release sheets because I'm going to cut stencils out of that. So that's what I did here. So a leftover release sheet, and these are my stencils. And you can see these are beautiful stencils, and I can use those over and over and over again. As long as I keep them in one piece, they're always good to use. So white cardstock with the clear double-sided adhesive. I'll take this off. Try not to touch the sticky. If you want to handle it, you can also always use that as a handle. And you're just going to put those leaves on here random. And then of course you need to press this down. So I have another piece of release sheet, or I can use the piece that came off, it doesn't matter. And just press that down. Because you can imagine you need to make sure it needs to be pressed down well, otherwise you will not get the sharp lines. So that should be enough. I'm not going to trim off those stems because in another project I might want to use those. So I'm going to put that away. Then I'm going to bring in my glitter tray. And I'm using the Basic Black and the Saffron. So of course black first. So I'm going to sprinkle the black first. So I'm going to use this one as a handle here. And I'm trying to avoid to get glitter on this piece because that's going to be messy. And I want to use that to make another stencil. So sprinkle a little bit here, tap it off. Now I take this off because now I can handle it here because that's now not sticky anymore. Tap it off. And I'm going to brush it off, but only a little bit because I'm really going to brush that black in there really well. So it fills up that tape. And that way the saffron will not attach to the black. And circular motion. I don't know if the camera catches it, but you can see it all disappears into that tape. So put some pressure on there. And here make sure you kind of wipe away from the edge. Don't do it this way because then you might pick up that stem. So brush it off. Always check at the back that you have no glitter on the back as well. And then I'm going to take off those leaves. And of course I'm going to pull them up this way because I want to keep that stem in one piece. So I'm just going to lift them up like this. You see, and ready to go for another project. You see now everything that's white, that's now still sticky. And then I'm going to take my saffron. Sprinkle that, and because I polished that black really well, I'm going to brush that off. You see, that's not going to stick. And of course I'm going to polish the saffron as well, because you polish in between each color. And now, do you see, can you see the difference with the saffron? I hope the camera catches it. It's absolutely stunning when you polish it. Look at the difference between those two leaves. Saffron is absolutely one of my favorite colors. So that's that. So that's going to be my bottom piece. I'm going to put my glitter tray away. And then I'm going to put the card together. So I'm going to have my base card. And then I'm going to use the tape. And I use the 10 millimeters here. Of course it's very easy to use because it's very easy to tear. Make sure I kind of press that tape down at the end well. I'm sure it's pressed down, and then it's easy to use your tweezer. And now line this up. Then I'm going to take my stitched piece of white soft finish. I'm going to adhere that to the colored. So that's that. I'm going to line this one up. Then I'm going to take my border, that's going to go here. I'm just going to go a little bit up from the black, from the bottom. And then this one I'm going to use some 3D foam. And I just got my little Tim scissor, I have to say. It's fantastic. And then I'm going to put these on, and I do that with I'm using the kids glue. Just going to put a little bit on my sheet here. So that's the beacon. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Just here, because I'm going to put the bow on there. There we go. Because of course I want to have that dimension, so I don't want to have it all the way like flat. So that's why I didn't put double-sided adhesive on the back of that one, because that would be not as nice. And then I put a blob of glue here because it will dry clear, and I just stick that on here. And then you have your beautiful card. So that's it for this Technique Friday. Thank you for watching. I've suggested a couple of videos that I think you might enjoy. See you next time!